Hey, this is North. This is my day 3 review of the prop firm $50,000 evaluation. My net P&L was $295.84 for the day. I had one trade, which was a win. I had no losses. My account balance at the end of the day was $50,078.15, and I'm currently $2,921.85 away from being funded. Let's jump right into the trade review. Alright, so let's jump straight into the review. So at market open, I like always waited for the 15-minute candle to close. Um okay, so it closed right there. It tried to go out a little bit. No, really I wait till 9:50 every day because I need to wait for a 5-minute to close below. Nothing there, just indecisiveness. Mostly due to at 10 o'clock there was more house sales reports coming out, and there was the rumored SCOTUS decision on the tariffs. But that didn't end up happening. There was no decision today. But that caused a little bit of wariness, I believe. And then at 10 o'clock when it shows that didn't come out, I was essentially watching for a 5-minute close below. My bias was bearish for the day. I'll show you why, but essentially MACD on the higher time frames was down. It was on an overall downtrend and just price action. That was a support level it touched right there. So this was 10 o'clock, right? I was getting my orders ready, whatever side it broke through, just dumped. I was somewhat not sad. It sucks that I wasn't able to get in there, but I was following my rules, and it didn't. There was the home sales and stuff right there. It closed below support. VWAP down, just chilling around that level. It didn't end up coming back up there, or well, it did. That was when there was the decision for no tariff for today, so that came up. Um, really kissed VWAP. That could have been an opportunity to enter actually with a stop loss about here. Aim for the low of here because that was one candlestick that was big, so there's less volume in the actual candlestick itself. And just really, it's still bearish for the day, so I was getting that ready right there. Of course, there's hindsight though. So it bounced off of there, bounced off of VWAP, come back down, just quite literally just a pullback. Eventually here it skips forward to when I'm actually in a trade. Um, so here this was the outside of the orb 15-minute range, the bottom, and I was looking for it to I entered slightly lower than I should have, but I was looking for a bounce off of this. It's on an overall downtrend. There's a little trend line here that I didn't draw, but you can visually see it. I'll show you on the charts after, but this was just, I believe, unsustained. Volume was there for a second, but again, big candlestick. It worked out in my favor pretty quick. I was aiming for there, just because this was kind of, in my opinion, a point of interest. And this took probably 11 minutes, I think, but it worked out pretty fast in my favor. This was a nice 1 to 3. So $300 after fees, it was $295. What does suck slightly is it kept going down. I could have milked it more, but I was really happy with that win right there. Let's switch over to the Brave browser so I can show you. So here you can see there's a trend line kind of going down here. I don't really use trend lines, but another confluence, it never hurts. VWAP is right there, which I really like. Higher time frame. First of all, on the higher time frame, let me see if I can put on MACD. MACD, it didn't really believe that. It was still bearish all around. High time frame, I mean, you can just look at it. Yesterday was low. It's just been choppy. Marked some support points. It broke down. I just felt it was bearish overall. So that's what caused me to take this trade. I definitely could have kept a lot of people what they do. They go until they see a green candlestick. I could have definitely moved my stop loss to say, oh, this is a ray. I could have kept moving my stop loss down until I saw a red candlestick. That would have definitely increased it to like a 1 to 5 at the very least, which would have been pretty nice. But I'm never going to complain about a 1 to 3, and it helped my confidence a little bit after not really doing much the past few days, not seeing a lot of setups. And this was just a picture-perfect setup. I felt confident in it, and it made sense. So, yeah, that's the trade recap. Let's get into the outro. Alright, so here was the screen with my trade info and stuff for today. Gross P&L $300. It says 8 contracts. That was 4 micro ES when I got in for After $4 in fees, total P&L for today was 295.84 cents. The trade was 12 minutes long, and it went from 11:30 to 11:42. These are the final lessons for today. So one, consider VWAP more when looking at the charts and be more aware of VWAP in general. VWAP is very important. I don't think I pay enough attention to it. It is one of my key confluences and my most important indicator, but I really don't pay enough attention to it. I need to really capitalize on it more too. Start using daily bias more. This was a day where daily bias was important. It helped me. I was looking for the downside and it ended up going to the downside. So I need to start considering that more in my trading. Three, if the circumstances are right, like it was today, it was omnidirectional, one directional for the whole day, multiple confluences, just confidence in general. I felt confident in this trade. I need to consider using Orb 15-minute more as a way of the pullback entry, especially with VWAP right next to the bottom of Orb 15-minute. Um, for just general trend continuation, just like I used it today. This gives me kind of two ways to enter. I wouldn't say two separate models, but it gives me two ways to enter where if like today the trend continuation my entry criteria didn't work. Not that it didn't work. It ended up working if I would have entered, but it didn't fit my criteria for entering. So this gave me another opportunity to trade today and it worked good. My notes for today. One, I need to be more confident in my entries. Today I was confident and it worked out well because I was confident and I I had confidence in my entry. I need to make my trades make sense. Two, I can't be scared to let runners run. I'm happy with the 1 to 3 today, but if I would have set my stop loss to even 70% of the total area and then let it keep running until I saw a green candlestick or even the bottom of the day, then that could have gave me a 1 to 5 and given me even more profits. But yeah, that's my trade recap for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.